For Snell, a 2.35 ERA, limited because of shoulder inflammation. He felt it in Japan, and they ended up getting him back in August. All right, for more on Blake Snell, we send it downstairs and welcome in the third member of our team. Here's Alden Gonzalez.
Thanks, Boog. Blake Snell's Dodgers career began with 2 underwhelming starts and were followed by those 4 months on the injury list with that shoulder injury that he said were really difficult on him. But he has been at his best down the stretch, as is often the case with him, allowing 1 run in 19 innings over his last 3 starts. And this start, in some ways, is a culmination. The Dodgers called Blake Snell and his representatives on the very first day of last offseason. He became their #1 target in free agency because they wanted to avoid the starting pitching woes they navigated through all of last year, and largely because they thought his stuff would play really well in the playoffs. Blake Snell himself has been wanting to sign here for years. He said yesterday that he wanted to challenge himself personally, see how he could perform against the best players in the biggest stage. He added, quote, "The only reason I came here was to pitch in October. Guys, I have a feeling September 30th will do just fine."
I don't think there's any question. So Snell on the mound and back in the postseason for the first time since 2022, and away we go in L.A. Yeah, the first offering in the game is upstairs. No surprise that Friedl didn't offer at that pitch. He's a guy that almost never swings at the first pitch. TJ Friedl, their center fielder. Snell. And that one in there for a strike, says Nick Marley, who is our plate umpire. 6'4", 225, the 32-year-old from Seattle. And a swing and a miss.
Snell has so many good pitches. We saw the curveball there, but the four-seam fastball, which can get up that 90, high 90s level. But the changeup has been really dominant this season. 153 batting average against it, so look for it, especially against right-handed batters.
And you can see him pushing the buttons on that pitch com on his left hip. And that one bounces in the dirt and kicks away from the catcher, Ben Rortvedt. Snell has made just 11 starts this year and continues to be a strikeout machine. Since his debut in 2016, he has been one of the best strikeout pitchers in all of baseball. And he gets Friedl right there. A punch out to begin, and there's one away.
Well, you talk about how does he get these strikeouts? Well, a lot of it is chasing out of the zone. His stuff is so good. Look how far this bounces in front of the plate. He still gets the swing. He works out of the zone and doesn't get contact. Even in the zone, his stuff is so good, he doesn't get contact or he gets weak contact. So it's just a matter of him being around the zone and teasing these hitters.
And now it is Noelvi Marte, who swings and drives one well left field, but waiting for it is Kike Hernandez to make the catch. Marte retired in a couple of quick outs for Snell.
Yeah, the one thing Snell is talking about evaluating, what is the strategy of the Cincinnati Reds lineup? Are they going to jump on the first pitch in the zone? Are they going to attack early? So this is something he weighs early in his approach just to see what the Reds are going to do.
And again, you mentioned he's a guy that gets a lot of chase as he faces Miguel Andujar, the designated hitter. Only Tarek Skubal generated more chase than did Snell. That's lifted out to center. Edman out under it, makes the catch. And on 7 pitches, Snell gets the Reds 1, 2, 3. The Dodgers will come up to hit when we come back.
Nature's Bounty.
Your heart is a muscle that never gets tired.
Quickly, 1, 2, 3. And there's Dave Roberts, who's won the World Series a couple of times, 2020 and 2025, 53 years old. And he faces Terry Francona, who was his manager when they won it together in 2004. Let's check out the Dodgers lineup. First in the NL, second in all of baseball in both runs per game and in homers. Ohtani, Betts, Freeman, Muncy, Hernandez, Edman, Pages, Hernandez, and Rortvedt. You know, this is the top offense in the National League, and they will go up against a hard-throwing right-hander, and the kid from Los Angeles, Hunter Green. See his numbers, 276. Like Snell, missed a huge chunk of time. For Snell, it was the shoulder. For Green, the groin of the first offering. Yeah, that misses inside. Check swing did not go. And we welcome those of you that watched the Red Sox defeat the Yankees from the Bronx. Time called here, and I think we may have a pitch com issue as the plate umpire Nick Marley escorts Tyler Stevenson out to the mound. And Hunter Green having some trouble hearing. There's our umpiring crew. Alfonso Marquez at third is our crew chief. And again, you see this happen from time to time. Rarely is there actually a pitch-com error. It's usually operator error where the volume isn't turned up enough or it is not charged.
Yeah, I told you I want PitchCom to make my kitchen appliances because they're very efficient. Well, the thing is, it's going to be loud in here. I mean, it's going to be loud, and that's an extra factor, being the visiting team, whether it's on the pitcher battery with the catcher or the outfield, because in the outfield, you also have to make sure you're yelling and communicating.
And if you've been watching on ESPN2, swing over to ESPN as the game continues over there. So Ohtani climbs back in with a count 1-0. Ohtani, 55 homers this year. And a pitch in the dirt. And that slider spiked by Green. Well, this kid, a big-time athlete. He's 26 years old, the second overall pick in the 17 draft at a Notre Dame high school in Sherman Oaks, the 2-0. And that is in there, and you can hear Nick Marley say it.
Well, Green features a four-seam fastball that goes over 100 miles an hour.
So Mookie Betts with the base hit, and now it's Freddie Freeman.
Well, this is a pitch elevated up in the zone. You have an 0-2 count. He was looking to get Chase or make Betts expand, something that Betts doesn't do often, but he's able to find the barrel anywhere around the plate.
And they chant for Freddie Freeman. And a pitch downstairs from Green. Freddie, who was the World Series MVP and playing here tonight and hitting in that third spot. And that fastball in there for a strike. So for Hunter Green, since the start of 2024, a 2.76 ERA. That is fifth best in all of baseball. Just a matter of staying healthy and staying out there. Swing and a miss from Freeman.
Well, he basically works off of two pitches, the four-seamer and the slider, and they're both exceptional. The question tonight is the splitter, which is that third pitch. How effective will it be? The hitters have hit over 300 against it. Will he locate it? Will he keep these Dodgers hitters off balance?
The 1-2 drilled out towards left field. Hayes is back, and he makes the catch. First out recorded for Hunter Green. Betts back to first, and there's one down. Dodgers lead it 1-0.
Well, you can't underestimate, first start, big stage. He's from the area. You're a little amped up, and sometimes amped up means you miss your spot a little bit. And guys like Ohtani, you miss in their zone, you're in trouble.
And now it's Max Muncy, part of the Dodgers group of walking wounded. Throw to first. Betts back in. The speed game has declined for Mookie Betts. Only 8 steals, caught twice. So 80%, certainly a plus, but only 8 steals. And that one in for a strike to Muncy.
Well, one thing about Betts, and this is true across the board, you don't need great speed to be a good base runner. And he's still a very good base runner, good decision maker going first to third.
Muncy fouls one back. Muncy was part of a group last night that took live at bats against Dodger pitching. He played only 100 games this year. He dealt with a knee issue, an oblique issue, and then late in the year, a lower body injury that is still troubling him. Plus, you see him, he's added glasses.
There's times you play this game, you feel like Mr. Potato Head. You're just putting pieces on and whatever works. But this time of the year, everybody's hurt, everybody's falling apart. But this is it. This is the finale. So you try to find a way to get out there. Muncy's playing through it, as many players are.
Well, he still mashes right-handed pitching. Green. And that's in there, and Muncy is gone at a pitch at 100 miles an hour.
Well, this is what 100 can do. When you throw it down in the zone, hitters give up on it. They think, okay, that's going to be low, and it just doesn't go down there because it's got so much velocity. There's hardly time, so you tend to underestimate it. You're like, okay, well, that's down. And Muncy, who has a phenomenal eye at the plate, was completely frozen.
And now it's Teoscar Hernandez. Man at first, grounds one through the left side and a base hit. That between Hayes and De La Cruz. Third hit of the inning, 2 on and 2 out.
Well, one thing about Hunter Greene is he likes to get ahead that first pitch. A very high first pitch strike percentage. And these Dodger hitters who combine the ability to be aggressive in the count early and effective with a discipline that allows them to lay off bad pitches. So it's a tall order for any pitcher to match up against this Dodger lineup.
Tommy Edman now. And the switch hitter batting left takes a strike. He is a better hitter right-handed, and he's been bothered by an ankle injury. Edman, who did a turn on the IL August to September with a right ankle issue. And that one cut on and missed. So 0-2. Edman, a versatile player. Because of that ankle, right now it doesn't sound like center field, or at least the outfield, is a possibility for him. Just want him to cover less ground. So he starts at second base. Last year he was the NLCS MVP for LA. Oh boy, was he late and waxed that one into the Dodger dugout third base side. That one like scooped out of Stevenson's glove and right into the dugout.
Yeah, he almost swung for the next pitch. It was so late. But Edmonds had to laugh at himself a little. But look, sometimes you have to spoil that really good pitch and give yourself another shot at it.
Swing and a miss, and Green gets Edman, but Ohtani puts a charge into one. 55 regular season homers in his first plate appearance of this postseason. He goes yard. The Dodgers off to a 1-0 lead at the end of one.
Look, if you...
John Shambi, Doug Glanville with you back here at Dodger Stadium as Blake Snell gets back to work. And Austin Hayes will stand in. Some question as to whether Austin Hayes would play here in game one as Snell drops in a curve for a strike. He's a guy that hits lefties very well, and he's been bothered by a bad back. The last time he started, September 20th. On the ground to third, Muncy picks it up and throws out Hayes.
Well, you look at Blake Snell and how tough he is to square up and to find hits. So you're not going to chain a lot of hits together, but the four-seamer, the changeup, the curveball, and the slider all around the zone. But the batting average against, it's hard to do damage, especially those secondary pitches.
As we take a look at StatCast, brought to you by Google Cloud, and Spencer Steer stands in. So the Dodgers on a Shohei Ohtani solo homer have the lead. Steer drives this to left, but Kike Hernandez is there and he makes the catch. Dougie, when you played, this was a stadium, especially at night, that was known as a park where the ball really died. And I think old schoolers might be surprised to know that for the last 3 years, Dodger Stadium has played as the most prominent home run hitters park in all of baseball.
Yeah, it's stunning. And especially given the Dodgers had this storied history of just excellent pitching. It was a priority. And now it's a hitter's park.
De La Cruz fouls one away. Ellie in the second half was not up to the same standards that he set in the first half, but he finished strong. And his last 9 3 homers and hit .313. As Snell pumps into strike.
And one of the challenges he had is just the power outage in August. Didn't hit a single home run, but he found ways to use those legs at different times.
Yeah, he went 43 games without a homer. He did lead the Reds in that department with 22.
And hitting left-handed, he's a switch hitter. Hitting left-handed or hitting right-handed against lefties is less powerful side.
Wouldn't bite that time on the curve from the lefty Snell. Elly De La Cruz, who played all 162, one of 5 guys. Of course, Rafael Devers played 163 this year.
Amazing.
2-2 now. Breaking ball in there, and he's frozen. And Snell with the strikeout, and he's gotten the first 6 that he has faced. 6 up, 6 down on 16 pitches for Blake Snell. 1-0 Dodgers.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Fans, your team, your players, your postseason. Follow all the postseason action. Download the MLB app, the #1 app for live baseball. Back at Dodger Stadium, Shohei Ohtani with a leadoff homer. Dodgers 1, Reds nothing, as Hunter Green deals outside to Andy Pages. Pages, the Dodger center fielder, excellent defender, 27 homers this year. And the kid from Cuba grounds one to short. De La Cruz throws him out. Well, it's been a while, as mentioned earlier, for the Reds. Postseason wins since 2013. The Dodgers with more than any team at 64. The Reds, none. So you look over that stretch, and the Angels, the one other team with 0 postseason wins. But Reds trying to change that up. 1-1 to Kike Hernandez. Hernandez did not put together a great regular season, but always seems to turn into Superman in the playoffs. And there he is as Kike drops a single into center, and with 1 out, he is aboard. Hernandez starting tonight in left field. This is his 87th career postseason game.
Well, he continues to just find another gear for the postseason. The 15 postseason home runs, and just an incredible run, and gives them the versatility to play just about any position to mix and match late in the game.
He's been a great postseason player. Yeah, the first one to Ben Rortvedt. Ball 1 to the catcher. Will Smith is on the roster. He suffered a hairline fracture in his right hand on a foul ball way back September 3rd. He actually played, his last start was September 9th, as Rortvedt pops up on foul. Dave Roberts electing to keep Will Smith on the roster. You see, he has got the tape on the back of that right hand. They just didn't think he could catch all 3 games. And to some extent, Will Smith being on the roster meant Michael Conforto would not be on the roster. This one bunted towards first. Green up with it, and he'll underhand it to McLean, who gets over, and it's a sacrifice, a man into scoring position for Shohei.
Well, nice job of getting the bat down. He created the angle early and didn't stab on it. He just sort of let the ball hit the bat, catch it, and allow it to be dead in towards the end of the bat. Now, with Ohtani up, why do you pitch to this guy? I mean, base open, and Mookie Betts a phenomenal hitter, but right now, Ohtani is the most dangerous hitter in the league.
And now Green will step off. Mentioned Hunter Green, the home run problem. 60% of the runs he allowed this year were on home runs, and that's the 4th highest rate in baseball. The Cubs Shota Imanaga, #1. Hernandez at second. The fans anticipating something big. And that one misses. A ball and a strike to Ohtani.
I mean, when he's batting, you do kind of forget to breathe sometimes. I mean, it's just, this guy could do anything. And I'm still surprised they're even pitching to him. I mean, he's just so dangerous in any part of the zone.
The 1-1. That misses downstairs. Ohtani, a homer on the final day of the regular season, breaking the Dodgers single season mark, his own mark. So 55 on the year.
And if you can get the ball down and away, then you're okay.
The 2-1 is in for a strike, and he will do some swinging and missing.
But you got to get it there. You got there. You know, everything is hot in the zone. I mean, it's like a fire, and then you have this one spot where you might be. You're in the corner. So Green throws 101. If he can get it there, he might do something.
2-2. It's outside. Well, the last time when Ohtani came to the plate, Green threw it 100.4, and Ohtani took him out 117.7. There's what you're talking about.
Look at the slugging. Look, it's all red, by the way.
Yeah.
So you better get that Green 244, or you might be getting a new baseball.
3-2. In there, got him. No argument from Ohtani. Green gets the strikeout, and the Dodgers leave a man in scoring position. So Green gets a measure of revenge. We'll head to the third, 1-0 LA.
What is it,
folks? Blake Snell, according to ESPN Bet Sportsbook, there's the number on total strikeouts, 7.5. Over at -110. ESPN Bet is the sports book for sports fans. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with code HOMERUN to get started today. Tyler Stevenson here. The Reds catcher to be followed by Ke'Bryan Hayes and Matt McLain. And there's the strike, 1-2.
We were talking earlier how Snell has thrown his changeup really effectively this year. And just like someone like Tarek Skubal, who said, all right, I had to throw more changeups because they were stacking the lineups with all these righties. So he said, all right, this was working. And for Snell, kind of the same story. He's like, all right, well, they're stacking these righties. They're bringing them in. I'm going to try to now get them to chase and expand and change speeds.
Snell back to work. Ooh, good pitch. K-Zone had it as a strike. Blake Snell thought it was a strike. Nick Marley said, no, sir. And you see K-Zone 3D, it just got the bottom edge of it. Stevenson back in. The catcher waits. And a swing and a miss. 7 in a row retired by Blake Snell to begin this one.
And as a hitter, like, what do you look for? He's got this exceptional changeup. He's got this great bending curveball that is so sharp and hard down and away that he gets a lot of chase on. And then you can't forget the four-seamer at the top of the zone at upper 90s.
Snell delivers a fastball at 97 for a strike to Ke'Bryan Hayes, the son of former big leaguer Charlie Hayes. Charlie played 14 years in the majors. And his son, a third sacker like him. This guy is as good a defender, Ke'Bryan Hayes, as there is at third base in baseball. He's already won 1 Gold Glove 2023. The defensive metrics love him. 1-1. And he was one of 3 deals around the deadline that the Reds made, getting Hayes, and you see the defensive numbers and how good he has been. But they got Hayes, they got Zach Littell, and they got Miguel Andujar. And you'd have to give Nick Krall a lot of credit because those moves really helped to bolster this team and what's been a really fun run. 2-1 now. Chop to short. Betts gathers it in. Speaking of good defense, Man, examining Mookie Betts and his numbers at short. Holy cow, what a season he put together. He led all major league shortstops in DRS. Dougie, I think I'd be shocked if he was not a Gold Glove finalist. I think Mason Wynn, another guy that will be there, maybe Nick Allen, Dansby Swanson, but that one ripped down the line at a fair ball. Off the bat of Matt McLain. That one's going to get into the left field corner. Kike Hernandez digs it out, and McLain has himself a double. So the 9-hitter has the Reds' first knock of the night, and a man in scoring position here in the third.
Well, sometimes the power of being in the ninth hole is the power of observation. You got to see what Snell did through the whole lineup. And McLain said, I'm not going to waste any time. Let me jump on this pitch early on and try to get the head out. And once he tried to do the step and the dive, just out of his reach. And this corner is not always easy. You have to play it smart in that corner because it could rattle and ricochet, and making sure you field it cleanly.
Here's TJ Friedl. And that one downstairs. 10 Reds have come to the plate. 4 of them have swung at the first pitch. So pretty clear that at least early on the Reds' intent was to be aggressive and try not to get to deep counts because Snell is such a strikeout master. And that one missing above the strike zone. That was the slider. And now it's 2-0 on the center fielder, Friedl.
Now, always the risk in the approach of attacking early first pitch is that if he gets quick outs, he becomes very efficient and he ends up going deeper in the ball game.
Breaking ball in for a strike, and it's 2-1. Friedl and Terry Francona were golfing during spring training together, and Terry getting to know his center fielder and leadoff guy, and he just said, TJ, just get on base twice a night and we'll be just fine. And as a general idea, I mean, this guy's been one of the better leadoff hitters. His on base is .364. He said, I really stopped looking at my batting average, focused on my OBP. To put .364 on base in context, the major league average this year was .315. And he takes downstairs outside, and TJ Friedl on base for the first time tonight.
Well, he does that by his discipline at the plate. He sees the ball well. He also does not chase. He doesn't swing and miss a lot. So he gives himself a lot of avenues by which he can get on base. And in that case, he worked a good count because he had a good eye.
Colin Cowgill, their first base coach, whispering in his ear. Cowgill, the guy that helped this young man, Noelvi Marte, make the conversion from third base to the outfield. Swing and a miss. Marte flied to left his first time. Kid was originally signed by Seattle. He came over in the Luis Castillo trade.
Yeah, generally a pretty aggressive hitter at the plate. He's looking to swing, hit his way on, and he's had a lot of success this season doing so.
He struggled to finish. Last 20 games hit just .165. Snell ready, taking time. And a swing and a miss. Well, we talked with Terry Francona about that momentum thing, and he was adamant it's a whole new season. It starts over. We talked about that 2017 Cleveland team he had. They won 22 in a row, went 33-4 to finish the year, won the first 2 games in the division series against the Yankees, and lost the next 3, and their season was over. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a changeup. And Snell able to record the punch out, his 4th of the night. The Reds leave a couple.
But then he kind of gathered himself and he's starting to look like Hunter.
You guys started to get some traffic against Blake Snell in this last half inning. What's it going to take to finally break through against him?
More traffic. You got to get yourself a chance more than once, but it was nice to see McLean jump on a first pitch fastball. TJ took his walk. We keep getting traffic. We'll give ourselves a chance.
Terry, thank you so much. Boog.
All right, Alden, Tito, thanks so much.
You never thought you'd hear traffic in a positive light.
That's
but
right. Especially in LA. Betts climbs back in a 1-0. Yeah, that's fouled off his foot. We got Terry Francona there as he was in the middle of sorting out his gum situation.
Yeah.
We talked to Tito pregame. He hasn't chewed tobacco in about 2 years.
Yeah,
He
awesome.
goes usually a piece of regular, a piece of grape, and a piece of apple. He will go through north of 100 pieces per game.
He said he's a little worried about his teeth.
Yeah.
But you know, better than the alternative, I suppose.
Well, Cooperstown will come calling when he decides to call it quits. One of the best managers in all of baseball. 2-1.
We talked about, you know, Green settling in. It is a lot to do with locating that fastball. You know, he's keeping it down. He's giving himself a great shot.
High fly ball drilled center field. Friedel back some more onto the track, and he hauls it in. To the left of that 395 marker, Mookie Betts gave it a pretty good ride. There's one away. Well, Hunter Green, the kid who grew up playing his high school baseball, I don't know, what, 15 minutes from here, thereabouts, and he was a big-time shortstop. We were asking him yesterday about who his favorite Dodger was because he grew up a Dodger fan. And Green said it was actually Rafael Furcal.
Yeah, good call.
He was locked into the shortstop. Steals inside here to Freddie Freeman. Freeman flied to left his first time. And that one in the inside corner for a strike. Freeman playing in his 63rd postseason game. As Green deals down and in. Asked Hunter Green yesterday, will you be nervous? And he said, of course, I'm human. I love that answer. Not running from it. And that foul tip in and out of the glove of Tyler Stevenson. And Stevenson's in a little bit of pain as Marley throws the ball back to the pitcher. Dougie, that's a good example of something we could show. Just because he's wearing a glove, you think he can't get hurt? No, there's still some ouchies even with the glove on. And that got him kind of the heel of the hand.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, especially how it will wrench your hand backwards. I mean, you get a finger, you know, bone. I mean, it is, you know, this is just a very difficult position for sure.
2-2. And that one down and in, and now it's filled up. Freddie Freeman, the 9-time All-Star, Gold Glove winner, won the MVP in 2020, and future Hall of Famer. And that one misses just low, and Freeman will take his base. Well, a busy day of baseball here on the ESPN family of networks, and the MLB postseason continues. Once again, we'll have every game of the best-of-3 wild card round on ESPN, ESPN2 ABC, ESPN Deportes, ESPN Radio, and the ESPN app. Cubs getting a win over the Padres. The Red Sox taking game one. And the Tigers victorious with Tarek Skubal on the mound.
And it's fun that you know anything can happen, and you're saying you have to win 2 games. You don't even have to win them consecutively.
Pitch to Muncy is in for a strike. How about 11 total runs scored in the 3 games? I mean, pitching absolutely dominated.
Well, you know, you got the deck of aces come out at this time of year, the number ones, and they really delivered.
Muncy shifting his weight to get out of the way. Got to count 2-1. Max Muncy, another of the Dodgers that is a veteran of the postseason. Freeman at first. That's in the dirt. Great stop by Tyler Stevenson. Wow. I mean, that one blazing in there.
Well, the tough thing about this is he's on one knee, so
Yep.
you're cutting into that lateral movement, and he just springs up off the other leg and moves sideways to turn into a block. He didn't try to scoop it with his backhand. He got in front of that and smothered it right where it sat.
The 3-1. Upstairs outside, and it's ball 4. So 2 on now with 1 out. Dodgers lead 1-0 on an Ohtani homer. Yeah, Skubal 14 punch outs. The Tigers win it. And the Cubs get back-to-back homers from Seiya Suzuki and Carson Kelly. Brad Keller finished it off, and the Red Sox holding off the Yankees. Yanks had a great opportunity late, but couldn't cash it in. Teoscar Hernandez waiting patiently as Derek Johnson goes to the mound. So the Reds pitching coach out there visiting with Hunter Green, who's at 50 pitches. It's a Reds team that finished 6th in the NL, 9th in baseball in starters ERA, and the bullpen was sensational down the stretch.
Well, this conversation centers around, yes, he walked Freeman, he walked Muncy. Those are excellent hitters when it comes to zoning up and having plate discipline. Teoscar Hernandez is very aggressive. It's a different approach here. He will chase, he'll expand, he will try to make contact on pitches outside the zone.
2 on, 1 out. Dodgers lead. And that one all the way to the backstop. Stevenson will collect, and the runners will advance. Hunter Green out of sorts.
Well, right now he's kind of yanking the ball across his body and pulling it across, and therefore getting on that way outside, not even corner, but batter's box. So gonna have to try to find that slot again, because right now he's up against the ropes.
2nd and 3rd here. That's drilled left field. That's back on its way and out of here. Teoscar Hernandez unloads, and the Dodgers have a 4-0 lead.
Well, this is the thing about Teoscar Hernandez, his ability to take that expansion of the zone and still attack and drive the ball. He sat back, got a slider. You figure, okay, well, Green is not throwing strikes right now. So what is he going to go to off the fastball? Well, he goes to the slider, and Hernandez did not miss it.
Hernandez with 25 homers this year, his 5th straight year with 25 or more.
We talk about that slider. He hangs it up there, and Teoscar is just sitting back and absolutely knew it from the time it hit his bat. Just back position, behind the ball, barrel.
Edman drives one. That one towards the corner, and it's gone. Back to back. 5-0 LA.
Well, this crowd is absolutely bananas right now. And it's not like this is easy to do against Hunter Green. But they started the inning showing their discipline at the plate, working the count. And once Green was a little bit erratic, they knew he had to force him back into the zone. And they stayed back so well on back-to-back hitters.
2 homers in a span of 3 pitches. Jason Bateman absolutely loving it. And Scott Barlow is up and throwing in the pen.
Well, you talk about your location. Another spinning slider that just did not get down. And those spinning sliders, the cement mixers has no bite. And you take off from 100 miles an hour to 91 in the zone. For some of these Dodger hitters, that's like batting practice. And Edman just gets the barrel out and just keeps it fair and keeps it true.
First one to Pages, and that one misses. Barlow up and loosening. The 1-0. On the ground to short. De La Cruz. And Pages retired. The home run ball is such a huge part of baseball in 2025, especially when you're talking about the playoffs. Postseason teams since 2018 have an .834 win percentage. It's 176 and 35. That's into today. Last year it was 23 and 8.
And it's not like it's something you can control, but you can have a roster that can hit home runs. And the Dodgers have both discipline and power.
So Kike Hernandez here. Blake Snell has been staked to a 5-0 lead. And Hernandez fouls it back.
And the thing about the Dodgers, when you have that combination, a lot of those home runs end up with someone on base in front. And that's how you get the crooked numbers. The Reds have to find a way to scratch back.
2-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2.
It was very tough against a Blake Snell because of his ability to really be in the zone, but then be out of the zone, right? Chaining hits together is not much of an option. You hope he may walk you, and then someone could, get the power game going. So not insurmountable, but something that the Reds have to get work.
2-2, check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. There's a certain irony to the fact that the 2 walks were part of it that really hurt Hunter Greene, because this year, if you were to point at one thing that really helped his improvement, the walk rate declined. Last year it was 9.3%. This year just 6.2%. Man, Stevenson getting beat up.
And those free passes, I mean, they kind of almost, it's like an extra out in some ways, right? You're adding base runners in front of power hitters. And then his command sort of came back a little bit, but then he was forced in the zone with the slider, and it just did not work out.
Swing and a high fly ball foul down the left side. That right there was pitch number 30 in the inning. You rewind to Sunday, the Reds, it took them to the last day of the season to get in the playoffs. Terry Francona was open about the fact that he came very close to using Hunter Greene on Sunday. The Mets were down in their game. The Reds keeping tabs on that score, but the Reds ultimately got in because the Mets lost, because they lost their game to the Brewers. 3-2. Greene ready. And that is right there. Hernandez didn't like it. Marley rings him up. The Dodgers score 4 times and get a pair of homers. Teoscar Hernandez with 2 aboard. Launches to left. And then Tommy Edman.
Top of the 4th from Dodger Stadium. I'm here with Dodgers manager Dave Roberts. And Dave, we are seeing the full force of this Dodgers lineup. What's it been like to see it show up on this stage against somebody as good as Hunter Greene?
It's been great, and you can see Hunter has good stuff tonight. He has fastball command. The slider's good, but I think that right there, Mookie's squared up a ball, and then the Freddie at bat taking a borderline 3-2 pitch. Muncy taking a good at bat, earning a walk, and it set the stage for Teo, who has obviously been known to get big hits, and Tommy gets a ball close to him, hits a homer. So huge inning for us.
And what we've seen out of Blake Snell through these first 3 innings, is this kind of what you envisioned seeing when you first signed Blake Snell this offseason?
It is. We've seen the other side, and it never feels good opposing Blake Snell. And tonight, he's got his fastball, the changeup, the breaking ball. He's in complete control. He's just got to stay on the attack.
Dave, thank you so much. Boog.
Alden Dave, thanks so much. As Blake Snell gets back to work, he's been razor sharp here tonight, delivering to Miguel Andujar. That one downstairs. Snell, his last 3 starts of the regular year, 19 innings, gave up 1 run. The Dodgers, as a group, their pitching staff in September was phenomenal. Swing and a miss. And a strikeout as Andujar is down. Strikeout number 5.
The way Blake Snell works, his ability to complement pitches. So you talk about the fastball, he sets it up and away, and then he can go with the curveball down and expand that north-south. And then he goes in on De La Cruz, keep him honest, and he's looking again, and he's frozen on the inside, down and in. Boom, fastball away, and now the chase down and inside. So very tough to figure out like what you're looking for as a hitter.
Austin Hayes comes up empty, and it's 0-1. I was saying how good Snell is at striking people out, and you look at, I mean, he has been a strikeout machine in his career. The 0-1. And Dougie, the other thing to consider is that in September, Dodgers pitchers did not allow many hits. They allowed a 173 batting average. That's the lowest batting average allowed by a team in any month in history. Swing and a miss. And Hayes is in a 1-2 hole.
So we talked to Dave Roberts earlier. He said, well, what do you think was different about September? You know, all the things, their defense was at a next level. Mookie Betts, you know, guys got hot. They defended, they prevented runs, and they pitched. So, you know, they put it all together, and he was just like, I'm not really surprised with the talent we have in this room and the personnel.
The 1-2. Yeah, that's downstairs. You can see Blake Snell going to that scouting report card that he's got in his back pocket. He's pushing PitchCom right there, but I mean, he pulls it out and looks at that card so far tonight a bunch. In the dirt. Did he go? No swing, says first base umpire Lance Barrett.
Yeah, he wants to know, like, how can I get these guys out, you know, put them away with 2 strikes. But he has a plan, and until the Reds show they're going to be able to adjust to it, he's going to stick to it.
3-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and that's a half dozen strikeouts.
Yeah, this is what is so hard to deal with Blake Snell. He can go in, and then he turns this fade away. It looks like the fastball. I think it's the fastball. It might be the fastball, and then it's not. And it goes away, fading away. So it looks like these hitters are swinging at pitches 3 inches outside, but it didn't start there. That changeup starts on the corner, and by the time you commit, it's too late.
He's gotten 10 swings and misses. And he delivers a strike here to Spencer Steer. He continues to evolve as a pitcher as well. A few years ago, it was more about that fastball and the slider.
Well, the thing I was impressive about his reflection, he told us the other day, he said, well, I was missing non-competitively. These pitches were so wild, it didn't set up the next pitch.
That's in there for a strike. And he talked about Logan Webb, a guy that helped him. Now, this year, it's been the secondary stuff that has really put people away. He just took a glance at that scouting report card. He's ready to work. 1-2 here. Back to the mound. And Snell able to get Steer, and the Reds go 1-2-3 for the 3rd time tonight. We're midway in the 4th, and the Dodgers have a 5-0 lead.
Let's check in on the lawn after a summer of fun.
The yard definitely takes.
Dodger Stadium. It's the Dodgers leading the Reds as we go to the bottom of the 4th, 5-0. And the new pitcher on the mound will be Scott Barlow, 4.21 ERA. Strikeout rate better than league average. He does walk some people. And he'll face the catcher, Ben Rortvedt. Yeah, that one in for a strike.
Yeah, well, Barlow, you probably could call him the spin doctor. I mean, he throws a sweeper, a slider, a curveball. slips a four-seamer and sinker in there, but he likes the spin and the shape.
And another breaking ball there as Rortvedt fouls it off. Barlow part of a Reds bullpen that since September 16th put up an 0.83 ERA. Best in the majors. And no homers allowed. Facing 164 batters over that span. That is huge. Rortvedt pulls it foul, and that one out of play. So Hunter Greene, Los Angeles kid, his first postseason start, and the Dodgers knock him around a bit. 3 home runs. They score 5 times and chase him after 3. And there are those numbers that we talked about. I mean, 18 hits in the final 43 and a third innings of the year for the Reds bullpen. 0-2.
You talk about Hunter Greene. I mean, it just shows how unforgiving the Dodger lineup is. You know, you miss one spot, you don't hit that spot, and not only do they put the barrel on it, they do damage. They hit home runs, they hit extra bases.
Swing and a miss, and Rortvedt is gone. And here comes Shohei Ohtani. And time now to take a look at the best in the game, presented by T-Mobile.
Ohtani just says, I mean, look at this angle, 21 degrees. It was so low. Before you even reacted to it, it was over the wall. It was gone, 118 miles an hour. Bye.
And Ohtani with a big swing and a miss. And another swing and a miss.
When you go through Ohtani and you look at how he hits against different pitches, every pitch except for the slurve, which is like one of 10 pitches, is in the red. Like the damage he does on all these pitches. And he's only seen 6 at-bats that ended on the slurve, so that's not much, but he hits everything.
Pitch down and in. Remember when they signed him for the first 2.5 months last year, it was Betts that was leading off. It went Betts, Ohtani, Freeman. Mookie got hit by a pitch June 17th of last year. They slid Ohtani into the leadoff spot. And he's basically never left. I mean, not every single game, but for the most part, yeah, it's been Ohtani as the leadoff guy. And so Betts hitting second. He led off this game with a homer, a dozen leadoff homers this season for LA. And a 1-2.
Well, the thing is, he's established he can drive himself in. So the 55 home runs tells that story. But the amount of runs he scores, because he's over 100 walks. He can steal a base and the power. So he's very productive at the top.
Now Shohei Ohtani leading a Dodgers attack that was first in the league in homers hit, 3rd in on base, 5th in the majors in on base percentage. And a swing and a miss, struck him out. Barlow able to get him. Back-to-back strikeouts, and there's 2 away.
A really nice pitch by Barlow as he goes down, and look at the break on this. Just kind of takes that left turn into Ohtani. Look at no stride, but swings right over it a little bit early and a little bit above it.
So Barlow on here and facing Betts. Mookie has singled and flied out hard to center field. And Barlow delivers a fastball for a strike. The Reds going to the pen early. It is something we saw all of last postseason. Relievers actually threw more innings than starters overall in the playoffs last year. And the Dodgers were able to win it all by getting 82 innings from the pen and 60 from the starters. So for Terry Francona, he knows, look, the pen's going to have to do a lot if we're going to be resilient here tonight and win this series. And even though Dave Roberts loves his starters, I mean, you see the way people weaponize bullpens in today's game. There they are, the weapons. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Betts is gone. How about Barlow? He comes in and strikes out the side. Dodgers go 1-2-3. Folks, Play Ball is baseball's global youth initiative to highlight the fun and accessible ways to play our great game. To learn more, including how to find a league near you, go to playball.org and follow it. Play Ball on X, Facebook, and Instagram. And a reminder, MLB Together is baseball's platform embodying the sport's commitment to philanthropic causes and mental wellness efforts by teams, players, and the league. To learn more, please visit MLBtogether.com. Nothing gets people going like a dog in sunglasses. The 0-1. Elly De La Cruz at the plate. Downstairs in Alden Gonzalez.
Yeah, Boog, you might notice a bit of a leg lift from Elly De La Cruz here in this at-bat. He actually went into the year trying to incorporate a toe tap. It was his way to try to control the strike zone a little bit better, but then we got around the middle of September. He got tired of hitting without any power, and he said he wanted to, quote, feel more dangerous in the batter's box. He went back to the leg lift, and he's taken off ever since. But there is a trade-off. There's more swing and miss with the leg lift, but there's also more power.
1-2 in the dirt, and now it's even on De La Cruz. 22 homers this year. And Elly, a strikeout his first time.
Yeah, one thing he is susceptible to is the breaking ball.
Swing and a miss. De La Cruz down on strikes. He went changeup. That's 7 punch-outs now for Blake Snell.
You know, I think of it as like a rocking chair. You're looking in, and then he fades it away, and you're kind of leaning. You're opening up a hair too soon, and 79 miles an hour, which is almost 20 miles an hour off his fastball. But it's a very difficult adjustment just by the location, let alone the change in speed.
Stevenson takes outside. Well, one of the themes for the Reds this year that they adopted in the final month, they can't kill us. We're like cockroaches. Stevenson pops that in the air, center field, and coming on Pages to make the catch. And you even heard Terry Francona right before they sprayed the champagne in Milwaukee. He said to his team, they can't kill us. Well, right now his team down 5-0, and they're going to have to figure out a way here tonight and then again tomorrow night. 2 down and Ke'Bryan Hayes.
And Hayes brings so much defense. It struggled a little bit on the power side of his offense, but he stabilized that infield for sure when he came over.
Yeah, they're pretty good at the corners. Hayes and Steer does a nice job. Hayes finished the year 3 for his last 37. Former first-round pick of the Pirates back in 2015. Snell back to work. Up the middle, and backhanding it is Edman, who was waiting on it. Throws him out. Snell is set down 7 in a row. We're midway in the 5th, 5-0.
We were made for Hooli.
Glenville, Alden Gonzalez. Freddie Freeman making his way to the plate, and Freddie, the final weekend of the season, you get a chance to see Harry Ford come up with his first major league hit, and the kid from Georgia delighted with that, and his hero, the guy he grew up idolizing, Freddie Freeman, greets him, and then again at the plate. And Ford pretty starstruck by the whole encounter. I talked with Freddie yesterday about it. I said that was really cool. He said, yeah, it's happening a little too much now. He's the old guy, right? He's the 36-year-old old guy. I grew up watching you.
Yes. but also the joy you feel as a veteran player about remembering that moment when you get that first hit. It's still magical no matter what.
There's Freddie's dad, wife looking on. Yeah, that moment last year, he hits the walk-off homer in Game 1. And he runs right to his dad and just started screaming. He said, I didn't even say anything to him. I was just yelling at him.
And he went through a lot just to get to that postseason. The injuries that were piling up, playing hurt, playing compromised. But he looked for that one pitch in one spot, and he's so talented at getting the ball and the barrel to the ball. Hits the big home run.
Freeman fouls it away. One of the things that was neat, his dad talked about Freddie Freeman and his career and what he's been able to accomplish. And I don't think his father ever really saw it coming. And he had this great quote. He said, I never meant for him to be a major league player. It was just something we did together. I would throw him batting practice. I wanted him to make his high school team and have friends and ride the bus with the guys.
Well, I'd say it worked out really well. I mean, you talk about, the amount of hits, the career hits, just where he stands as he continues to be a prolific hitter and someone who's always seemingly in the postseason now, especially with the Dodgers.
The 1-2. Swing and a high fly ball curling down the right side. That'll curl foul. Yeah, among active players, Freeman, a lifetime 300 hitter. I think you got Freeman, Arraez, and Altuve are the three active lifetime 300 hitters, setting the minimum at an appropriate level. 1-2 down. Line caught at first by Spencer Steer.
Freeman just talked about how I have a boring approach. He's like, most of the pitchers are going to be middle away. You have to prove that you can beat me in, and then I'll react when I have to. And otherwise, I'm going to be consistently sticking to the plan, and the plan has gotten them well over 2,000 hits.
So Freeman retired on the line out, and now it's Max Muncy. Dodgers lead at 5-0. We're in the bottom of the 5th. And Barlow misses below the strike zone to Muncy. It's funny, you look at Max Muncy's lifetime postseason numbers. He's a career .217 hitter in the playoffs into tonight, but a .388 on base percentage. He has shown the value of the walk, but he also has 13 career postseason homers. But he and Barry Bonds are the only two guys out of 107 that qualify, 200 postseason plate appearances, to have a walk rate above 20% in the playoffs. Swing and a miss. I mean, that's an absurd number.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, we've talked about Max Muncy so much about his ability to walk, but this season he actually has the highest walk rate of his career, which has already been monumental in terms of walk rate.
Swing and a miss, and Barlow gets him. It's a strikeout. And Barlow's got 9 swings and misses. And of the first 5 guys that he's faced, he has struck out 4 of them. 2 down. And here comes Teoscar Hernandez, who has the biggest hit of the night.
A slider that did not get in its location, hung up and backed up in. And Teoscar just tattooed it. He stayed right through it. got the big home run to break open this game.
Terry Francona out of the dugout. We've got pitching change here in LA. It is all Dodgers, 5-0. Back here, Dodger Stadium, as Connor Phillips will take over and here replacing Scott Barlow. A 2.88 ERA in 21 games in the regular year. And delivers a strike to Teoscar Hernandez. Hernandez has the biggest hit of the night. His 3-run homer in the third broke this open to a 4-0 Dodger lead. And Edman followed him with a homer of his own.
Well, the Reds' relief have so far at least staved things off for now, trying to give their offense a chance to get up there and chip away at this 5-0 lead by the Dodgers have.
The 0-2. Drilled out towards right center field. Friedel is back. That one is gone. Teoscar Hernandez, his second of the night. And the Dodgers lead it 6-0.
Well, the thing about Teoscar Hernandez is he has power to all fields. This is a home run derby champion we're talking about, who can hit any pitch in any direction. That is his strength. And as aggressive as he is, he's able to do that even when he's expanding the zone. This pitch kind of starts out and runs right back, and he was looking away, and he gets right into the sweet spot.
And we told you this park yields a ton of homers. It is the most home run friendly ballpark in the majors over the course of the last 3 seasons. And for some Reds history, it's the Reds' 98th postseason game. It's only the second time they've allowed 4 homers in a game. The other, the 1939 World Series, they allowed 4 homers to the Yankees. That guy caught it, by the way. Made a heck of a play. Look at this.
In traffic,
In
too.
traffic,
Like, what
yes.
A little left-hander there.
That is a heck of a play, sir. The fella posting up for the home run ball.
So you don't need to post the selfie. You're on TV, man.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Edman is gone. Phillips gets him. But Teo does damage again. Second of the night for Teoscar Hernandez. And the Dodgers using the home run ball here this evening. 6-0 LA. Teoscar Hernandez, a pair of homers. We go to the 6th, and it is 6-0 LA. John Shambi, Doug Lanville, Alden Gonzalez as McLean takes a strike from Blake Snell. Dougie, he's been dominant tonight.
I mean, he really has, and he's done it through a balanced mix, the four-seamer, the changeup, the curveball. All working well, all located well, and he's one of the best in terms of missing bats and making hitters expand the strike zone to their own detriment.
He's been super efficient here tonight. Yeah, the changeup gets the swing and miss. Miguel Rojas takes over at second for Tommy Edman. We told you at the outset of this game, Dodgers with a number of players nursing injuries. Edman is one, the right ankle. And so Rojas comes into the game for defense. Edman a homer. And a swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Snell. And the lefty now has 8.
Paradise doesn't always have palm trees. Corona, La Playa awaits.
Terry Francona's team down 6-0. And the first offering to TJ Friedel misses for ball one. Friedel is struck out and he has walked. The Reds have just one hit. It was a Matt McLain double in the third. Their only two base runners came in that inning. Snell is retired. Everybody else. Little roller, first base side of the mound. Snell tossed to Freeman, 2 down.
Well, you see the sort of nature of how Blake Snell works when he's at his best. It's working out of the zone and getting the chase. When he's in the zone, it's hard to find the barrel. It's hard to square him up. And so you see the weak contact. You're seeing balls on the ground. And so that's when he kind of has you really on the defense. And Snell is knowing now how to put you away when you're in that position.
Snell, who began the year, the shoulder wasn't feeling great. Remember, the Dodgers started their year in the middle of March over in Japan. He told us yesterday he was feeling it in Japan. That shoulder was barking. He made 2 starts, and then they put him on the injured list with shoulder inflammation, and he didn't come back until August 2nd. But he is good to go down 96 as he burns that one over the inside corner. And Noelvi Marte climbs back in. Fans want the strikeout. He's got 8 of them. Snell took a peek at his scouting report card and now back to work. What a night for Blake Snell. 9 strikeouts, 6 shutout innings. 6-0 LA. 18 Florida State, great rivalry. Each game also available on the all-new ESPN app. Aerial coverage for tonight's game is brought to you by Goodyear. Catch every home run, pitch, and slide from the Goodyear Blimp, the greatest seat in sports. Still, always, forever. Connor Phillips back to work here, delivers to Pages. And misses inside. It'll be Pages, then Kike Hernandez, and then Ben Rortvedt. Boog Sciambi, Doug Glanville, and Alden Gonzalez. Thanks for joining us here on ESPN. Swing and a towering fly ball left field. Hayes is out there and under it to make the catch.
Ace has all the power you need to get the job done right. With the best power brands all under one roof, like Steel, Ego, Milwaukee, and Toro. With free assembly and delivery or ready for pickup in just 15 minutes.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Kike Hernandez, 1 out of 2. Dodgers lead 6-0. We're in the bottom of the 6th. That's drilled out towards right field, towards the gap. And Marte able to knock it down and hold Hernandez to a single.
Kike Hernandez gets this ball elevated. He's good with the fastball where he can get extended, and he just goes with the pitch. I mean, this season wasn't as sharp as he's been on hitting the four-seamer, but in this case, gets on top of a pitch that's elevated and just drives it the opposite field.
For more on Kike Hernandez, downstairs in Alden.
Yeah, and Boog, and Kike was a big surprise addition to this lineup starting left field. This should be Michael Conforto starting against a righty. And Kike hasn't had the best offensive year, but Andrew Friedman said it before the game. He feels like Kike is somebody who has a slow heartbeat in October. He's a proven postseason performer, and that's exactly why he's starting today.
Tap foul off the bat of Rortvedt. Yeah, listen to that. I mean, Andrew Friedman, who came from Tampa Bay, and the Dodgers known for their use of analytics, but talking about the intangibles, I mean, to me, it's basically like the postseason starts and that guy goes and finds a phone booth and changes into his Superman outfit.
It really does.
Swing and a miss from Rortvedt.
Yeah, I mean, Hernandez has done it so long now. He's got over 10 years in the big leagues, a great accomplishment. Keeps going.
Shohei coming to the plate. And that one in there for a strike.
So is that Michael Bublé?
It is Michael Bublé.
Okay, so that's his walk-up sign. I don't think Bublé has ever been so intimidating and scary for an opposing pitcher.
That's a good point.
It's a bad omen when Michael Bublé is playing in Dodger Stadium.
I believe he changed it in the postseason last year, and they asked him why, and he said, because I was feeling good. Well, that feels good. Look out. This may leave the park. Wow. Ohtani's second of the night, and the Dodgers are feeling great. It is 8-0, and he is something else.
Well, you can see his own bullpen just in awe of what he's able to do. I mean, he just has the ability to change the game with one swing, to do something you've never seen before in one moment. And Shohei Ohtani delivers once again. Never satisfied. They got the lead. He's tacking on. And he continues to just blow our minds on what is possible on a baseball field.
454 feet.
With a 34-degree launch angle. I mean, this is skyscraping.
I might even say star scraping.
Star. International Space Station.
Holy cow.
Pluto. I mean, did we see where it landed? Did we figure that out?
It went down there's like a tunnel out there.
I mean, his swing, it's so explosive, and he doesn't have much of a stride. He doesn't really take a step, lift his leg. It's just coil and go.
Look out, Betts, that one up and in. 96. And Mookie is dusted.
I mean, no matter what the circumstance, this is scary. Like you see your kind of life flash in front of your eyes. At upper 90s miles an hour, you're not sure you're getting out of the way, and you do everything you can. And certainly under the circumstances, a little tension given the home run and the big lead the Dodger has.
You could see Stevenson reach down to make sure he was okay, and he really did it twice. I don't know that there's much to dig on there. And Terry Francona out of the dugout. And we've got a pitching change. Brent Suter coming in. Now we'll take a look at the best in the game presented by T-Mobile.
You talk about a ball that spun up there in the nitro zone. No leg kick, just turns his knee in, his hip, and just uncoils from there. And look at the distance. I mean, this almost left the stadium.
Second of the night for Shohei Ohtani. And Brent Suter delivers a little bit high, the new pitcher.
Yeah, Brent Suter, real quick pitch type of style. 3/4, rushes it up there, four-seamer, sinker.
Freddie Freeman has flied to left, walked and scored, and lined out hard to Spencer Steer at first. Man aboard, 2 outs. Dodgers leading this one 8-0. And Suter misses down low. The lefty who hails from Cincinnati, pitched his college ball at Harvard, and 48 appearances in the regular year. Freeman puts a charge into one. Friedel can't get it. It'll take a bounce and hop over the wall for an automatic double, and Betts will be forced to stop at third.
Well, this pitch was just a matter of a failed location where Suter was trying to go. He put the spin on it, but this one did not break like he'd like. I mean, you see this middle, and Freeman just a quiet step and all hands from there, and then finishes high as its signature Freddie Freeman swing, just swats it out of there, and with power.
Muncy fouls one away. Dodgers have used 5 home runs here tonight, 2 each by Teoscar Hernandez and Shohei Ohtani. Another from Tommy Edman. And here in the 6th, they lead it 8-0 in game 1.
Well, Max Muncy definitely known more for how he hits right-handed pitching. Left-handed pitches have given him trouble, but he still has the discipline.
Suter deals outside, 2-1. In the season matchup, the Dodgers won 5 of 6 against the Reds. Bounced foul to first. Chris Woodward, first base coach, grabs it. Terry Francona, his team facing Dave Roberts' group. And those two were connected in 2004 when the Red Sox broke the curse, came back and beat the Yankees as Muncy takes called strike 3. Ohtani goes deep. Snell back out. It's 8-0.
Look, if you're an executive, this shirt is a must-have in your closet. I was tired of floppy collars.
Every wild card series on the ESPN family of networks. Tigers leading the Guardians 1-0. That's at 1. Then Cubs and Padres. Yankees and Red Sox. So the Red Sox up 1-0. The Cubs getting a win at home over the Padres earlier today. Miguel Andujar takes that pitch and a count 1-1. Andujar 0 for 2. How about Snell? The efficiency and the command on the ground to short, and Betts throws him out. And we talked with Dave Roberts yesterday about Mookie Betts and the defense, and he talked about the arm was a big issue for Mookie and just trying to find a good arm slot. He always had the ability, but he had to get his body organized in a way he was so used to throwing over the top in the outfield. But this guy's won 6 Gold Gloves in the outfield. He's been one of the better outfield defenders we've seen over the course of the last 20 years. And he's probably going to be a finalist for the Gold Glove Award at shortstop. You know, it's the next line is, what can't Mookie do?
I mean, he saw the challenge, and we talked and asked questions all along the way. You know, is he there yet? As a shortstop, is he good? Is he average? What is he? And then he just became excellent.
On the ground, and Betts watches that one get past him. And a base hit for Austin Hayes. The one other thing is Mookie was very upfront about the idea. He wasn't sure at the beginning of the year, and he said this yesterday, I didn't know whether I would end the year at shortstop or we'd have to make an adjustment. But he put in a lot of work, and here he is. And again, I think will be a Gold Glove finalist.
You think about all the angles you're dealing with and the responsibilities at shortstop. You know, you're thinking of all these things. Now you got to go hit. You know, it's a lot coming at you.
That one line foul off the bat of Spencer Steer. Steer 0 for 2. He finished the year hot, 21 homers. He's hit 20 homers 3 straight years. And he's turned into a nice defender at first base. Line drive off the glove of Freddie Freeman, and it trickles out into right field. Teoscar Hernandez will retrieve it, and they're at the corners. Steer hits that hard.
A nice piece of hitting by Steer, just staying back and going the other way. See how he leans his body that way, and Freeman just gets off the top of his glove, takes a step, tries to jump behind him, and just could not get there.
So Freddie, who's won a Gold Glove, gets a piece, and now it's Elly De La Cruz. De La Cruz 0 for 2, pair of strikeouts. Well, Dodgers leading 8-0. And a swing and a miss.
And they've been really effective setting up with something off the plate, whether fastball, changeup, and then going with the curveball for the put-away. It's a pitch he's hit 197 against this past season, not his strongest point.
So for Blake Snell, it's the first time in the postseason that he's gone 6 or more. His 13th career appearance, 11th career postseason start. His last postseason start was 2022.
Well, the thing about it is it relates to his ability to be efficient, to not use as many pitches, to get some quick outs, and to be in the zone. He's got 81 pitches right now, 52 strikes. And even the pitches that have missed have had intent behind it.
1 out, first and third. De La Cruz waits. Snell. And that one down and in.
I remember the late Sid Thrift would always talk to us back when I was with the Cubs, talking about the goal of the pitcher. You'd ask that question and everybody would say, oh, throw strikes. He's like, well, no, it's throw to a target, right? You don't have to throw strikes if the hitter is going to expand, and you might use a ball to set up the next pitch.
Little bit low, just missed. And now 3-2 to De La Cruz. Now for the Reds, not a great offensive season, but De La Cruz kind of symbolizes this matchup. It's a Reds team that doesn't hit lefties very well, 25th in OPS against lefties, and this is Elly's weaker side. From the left side, he is dynamic. 3-2. On the ground, Betts to second, and Rojas on to first, safe, and the run scores. And he can really fly. He beat that one out, and the Reds get on the board.
The Dodgers are all looking around as if they want to challenge or want to see what the replay shows. So they
are going to look at it.
I mean, this is as close as it gets here.
Los Angeles is challenging a safe call at first base.
See his right foot hitting the base, and it's not, is it in the webbing? I mean, it's one of those, it has to be clear and convincing. You have to overturn the call on the field to change it.
As we take a look at the replay review room, powered by Zoom, and
I mean, wow. Those strides, I mean, that right leg right there.
I think that'll be tough to overturn.
Yeah, just watch his right foot coming down right here where the ball, boom, he's there. Is the ball there? It does not look like it. And certainly not enough to reverse this call.
In-house DJ playing Tell Me Something Good.
So, it's not going to be to the Dodger fans' likings. But the thing is, if you hit a changeup, a lot of times you're out in front. That is that extra something where you're waiting.
After review, The call is confirmed. The runner is safe. Los Angeles will have one challenge remaining.
And that was the right call. And, you know, as a hitter, you're out in front of an off-speed pitch. Your momentum is falling towards first. It gives a little bit of extra distance going towards first base, and that certainly was the difference between out and safe, being out in front of the changeup. Not that that's your goal as a hitter, but that is the advantage of it.
And remember, you get the extra challenge in the postseason, so you as well be aggressive if you're the Dodgers. You heard Alfonso Marquez. Snell pumps in a strike to Tyler Stevenson. So the Reds are on the board. It is 8-1.
And how fast is Elly De La Cruz?
Yeah, he can scoop.
Man.
Snell sets. Well, Blake Snell here tonight with his finest postseason outing. The kid from Seattle, 2 times he's won the Cy Young Award. And a 1-1. Line drive down the left side. That's a fair ball. That'll get into the corner. Kike Hernandez digs it out. They're going to send Elly De La Cruz. And he's in to score. It's an RBI double, and it's 8-2. So Stevenson rips one into the corner. And Cincinnati showing some fight here in the 7th.
Snell wanted to bury this more inside. He got a lot of the plate, maybe some fatigue, maybe just being off location there. But I love watching Elly De La Cruz run. Look at the strides. It doesn't even look like he's moving, and he's absolutely cruising. A good angle coming in. Was able to go straight home instead of bowing way out. Efficient, quick, and gets the run for the Reds.
Activity in the Dodger pen. Alex Vesia as he continues to loosen. And Snell misses downstairs 2-0.
Well, the one pitch he has not used, sort of typical of the percentage, usually throws the slider a good amount, especially the left-handers when he has the opportunity, but not really using it a lot. Curveball, changeup, which have been great and fantastic, but that one he wasn't able to get in there like he'd like.
Swing and a miss. That was the change.
Any count, any situation, and that's the confidence he has in that changeup. Hitters count, even threw it off the plate, still got the chase.
Two and one. Ground ball, softly hit right side. Rojas takes it in, throws out Hayes. The Reds pick up a couple. It's an 8-2 game midway in the 7th.
My husband is a veteran, and he was injured in the line of duty.
From Chavez Ravine back here at Dodger Stadium, 8-2. And Blake Snell getting the love. A great effort here tonight. He was sensational. 7 innings, 2 runs. He struck out 9. Yeah, the lefty with the deepest he's gone in a playoff game. And now, well, there's our guy, Flea. Oscar Hernandez. Hernandez with a pair of homers here tonight. He's 3 for 3. Dodgers hit back-to-back homers in the span of 3 pitches. Bounces that to third, but foul. Dino Ebel, the third base coach, able to grab it. So the 5th duo with multiple homers each in the same game in big league postseason history.
Well, lefty-righty attack will get you from both sides.
Suter. Now, Suter, a guy who does not overwhelm you with stuff. He overwhelms you with tempo, with pace. He works super fast, herky-jerky with that motion. Pop to left where Hayes waits on it. And Hernandez retired for the first time tonight. He singled in the first, but in the third and the fifth, bang.
Well, first you see the slider that backs up right into the hot zone for Hernandez. He didn't pull off. He stayed through it, closed and balanced. And then he gets the fastball away where he's able to just wait for it to break and reads the change in motion there as the ball is coming back over the plate. And then he squares it up to right field. All fields, all directions, all kinds of pitches.
Miguel Rojas getting a chance to hit for the first time. Brent Suter gives up a single the other way, and a one-out base runner as Rojas greets him rudely. And Miguel Rojas with a hit in his first plate appearance. I was mentioning Suter and the celebration for the Reds on Sunday. Suter did this funky dance, and Terry Francona said he got a ton of texts, but most of them wanted to know about Suter's dance.
Yeah. Did they name it? Is there like a name?
I don't think so.
You need to copyright it. I mean, look, he was kind of like wiping his feet at the front door, kind of over and over again with alternating feet. So the placemat, the doormat.
A couple of changes for the Reds defensively. Sal Stewart takes over at first, and Spencer Steer moves from first to left.
Well, as you mentioned with Suter, he works really quickly. You have to be ready in the boxes. The time you look up, the ball might be there. You got to be on top of it, anticipating how quick he's going to rush it up on you.
Let's send it downstairs, and Alden Gonzalez.
Yeah, Boog, Alex Call is on deck now for Kike Hernandez. I'm told Kike Hernandez is back tied up, and so he is out of this game.
All right, so they're going to take Kike out for precautionary measures, and Alex Call, who made the postseason roster, swinging in the on-deck circle.
Well, we asked Dave Roberts about Alex Call, and he said he brings good at bats, whether he's facing a lefty or righty. He just likes the stability of his balance on both sides. So making the roster a stressful thing for these managers and choosers.
High fly ball, left field, Steer back, and onto the track. He makes the catch, and Pages just missed it. Fans eligible Capital One Rewards card holders, you can redeem your rewards for tickets to the MLB postseason on Capital One Entertainment. Visit CapitalOne.com/entertainment for more information. Hey, speaking of entertainers, 2/3 of the Smartless podcast in the house.
You have any scripts that you want to kind of pass on to Bateman?
I should. You got a couple.
All right.
That one flared softly into right field, and it falls for a hit. Marte picks it up, and is thrown to third into the dugout. And that's going to cost the Reds a run. Rojas will come in.
We talked about Marte just learning a relatively new position. This is a really unnecessary throw. And the looper there, there's really no chance of getting Rojas. So he comes in, it's got some spin on it. You can see him reach a little bit off balance, has to square, double pumps, and there's nobody there because Hayes is like, why are we even throwing this ball? So it ricochets, goes into the dugout, and the extra bases then come behind it. So that's just a mistake of just familiarity, making the decision making, which comes to playing a different position. The skills are one thing, the decision making is another, and one to grow on there.
Line drive, base hit, left center field, Ben Rortvedt. And in to score is Call, and it is all Dodgers.
Well, they seem to be able to work the count and go deep, but then also attack early in the count. So they keep you guessing off balance strategy. And a nice job there to stay through it and get the hit.
This one to Shohei, misses inside. Ohtani has homered twice here tonight. The last one a titanic blast. They chant MVP. He's won 3 of them. It most certainly could be 4 coming up this offseason. And Suter, at least thus far, not particularly interested in feeding him anything to hit. Ohtani not leaving the box. Rortvedt at first.
And he'll be swinging.
Suter. And that's in for a strike.
Good pitches by Suter, just carefully located down. Now the payoff.
3-2. In there, got him, and Suter strikes out Ohtani. The Dodgers score twice, leave a man. And Shohei down on strikes to end the inning. We move to the 8th.
That hits every time because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Folks, UFC 320 is Saturday night at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, highlighted by 2 title fights. The light heavyweight and bantamweight belts are on the line. The prelims begin at 8 Eastern, with the main card at 10 Eastern on pay-per-view. Buy it at ESPNplus.com/PPV. Alex Vesia on as he faces Matt McClain. And McClain swings and fouls one back. McClain 1 for 2 with a double. The Reds have just 4 hits.
Well, Vesia has got the 4-seamer slider, very rare changeup, but the slider has just been so good this season. And he actually is a fly ball pitcher, but he's just been able to work the elevation to his advantage. Gets that deception where hitters swing under it, and then he breaks off the.
Yeah, he's got that fastball, that disappearing fastball with the carry to it. Yeah, that one in the dirt.
Well, these pitchers that throw over the top, and his arm angle is registered at 65 degrees, so he's close to that Iron Mike you see in the batting cage. He's over the top, but he gets that carry and ride. You see a lot of hitters swing under it, and then he can drop that slider on to change that.
Yeah, it's a good example. His four-seam fastball averages 92.7 miles an hour. Average big league fastball this year, by the way, is about 94.5. And yet, even though he throws not as hard as the average big league fastball, they hit 169 against it. And it's just that deception. That time, McLean ready for it and rips it into left field, and that's a base hit.
Let's watch how Blake Snell was able to really neutralize this Reds offense. The changeup was just money. I mean, look, these are off the plate. It looks so good, and then he takes a little bit more off of it. So rotate it, starts in the zone, it fades out of the zone, located it away and down, not in any dangerous spots, and the Reds just could not lay off it. It looked so good at first, and then it was gone.
Pitch in for a strike to TJ Friedl. Friedl has struck out, walked, and he's tapped back to the pitcher. He's got McLean at first and nobody out. 10-2 Dodgers.
During the season, Vesia had 80 strikeouts in 59 2/3 innings. I mean, so you talk about the velocity, not necessarily it's below average by major league standards, but the strikeout rate just went up.
Pitch upstairs and outside. Yeah, when the Dodgers traded for Alex Vesia, they said, "Do you know what the vert is on your fastball?" When he was acquired, and he said, "What are you talking about? This is in 2021."
He knows not what he does. That's okay.
There's a great article in The Athletic about the rising fastball being a myth, and it still is. The good fastballs don't rise. It's really the reverse. They don't drop at the same rate as other fastballs. 3-2. Here it comes. If you think about it, I mean, it's as simple as if you have two 92-mile-an-hour fastballs, they're going to land hypothetically at the exact same place if they were thrown on target. But one with higher induced vertical break with more vert will stay on plane longer. And so by height, you hitters are trained to think about where the ball is going to be. And a guy with fastball that has carry, the pitch is going to end up being higher than what you think.
And part of it is, think of the bell curve, though. If you've seen the 92-mile-an-hour fastball all those years and they tend to do X, and this outlier does Y, it's going to mess you up.
On the ground to first, Freeman has it, steps in the bag for one, throw to second, safe. Right there on the call, Quinn Walcott. As Betts got there to slap the tag on McLean.
And
it's the final game, folks. This one wins the series.
Struck out with the cheap seats. Important things aren't worth compromising. At Farmers, we offer both quality insurance and great savings. Here, take mine.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
One down now, and Noelvi Marte. Right-hand hitter. And that one up and in. Vesia backing him off the plate. See the Reds trailing here 10-2. We're in the top of the 8th. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, right now, Marte has really expanded the zone beyond recognition. I mean, he's chasing so many pitches that are far out of the zone. And it's allowed the Dodgers to exploit it by not throwing really anything close and just see if he's going to chase.
The 1-1. Bounced foul of third. And Marte, a third baseman by trade, but they made the move and converted him to the outfield, and it's really worked out. He did not make the team out of spring training, and then they brought him up, and then he was sent back down almost immediately. He missed about 2 months due to an oblique strain. He's got big time thump. Inside. And Vesia pushes him back off the plate, and now it's 2-2.
He only hit one of his home runs against lefties. The other 13 were off of right-handed pitching.
McLean at second, and there's one out. And Vesia missing with the slider, and now it's 3-2.
There's a good take there by Marte, just saying, all right, I know you fooled me once, fooled me twice here. I got to figure out how to stop chasing. They're not throwing me anything in the zone. Now we'll see if he can continue that with the full count.
Three-two pitch. And fouled away, and they will do it again. Dodgers' pen this year was not great. They went out and they signed Tanner Scott, got Kirby Yates, but the Dodgers ended up 20th in the majors in bullpen ERA. Drilled left field down the line and foul. Left field umpire is Trip Gibson. Remember, in the postseason, we go with the 6-man umpiring crew. There's Trip. Alfonso Marquez, the crew chief, he's at third. 3-2. Man at second, one away. Vesia deals. And that one foul of third.
I'd be curious why they have the right field ump or the left field ump that close to the base umps. You know, instead of being like way down in the corner. They're pretty close together.
Mm-hmm.
I'll find that out by tomorrow.
Ryan Addington down that right field line next to Lance Barrett. 3-2. Here we go. And that's too high, and it's ball 4. And it'll put runners at first and second. And Doc out of the dugout. Dave Roberts making the move. Forever. Oscar Enriquez deals at 102 inside. It misses. And here is the 23-year-old right-hander. 22 appearances, a 2.37 ERA. He is sort of like Brusdar Graterol, like 2.0 kind of.
Yeah, I mean, the power sink 100 miles an hour. I mean, it's amazing the ball has time to sink with that velocity. I mean, whew, this is serious. 101 is his average sinker. 100.7 is his average four-seamer this season.
Here comes a 1-1. And Duhar has popped out, struck out, and grounded to short. This guy originally signed by the Yankees back in 2011. They got him from the Athletics at the deadline. He was one of the more productive deadline position players. In fact, by batting average in OBP, he was the most productive.
I mean, he kind of became this forgotten player. I mean, 2018, he's with the Yankees. He had a season with 47 doubles and 27 home runs. And then he got hurt, and then it just sort of disappeared. And it's like, what happened? Here he is.
Here's a 3-1. Fouled off at the plate. 3-2. First and second, one out. The Reds trailing at 10-2. They've been out hit 13-5. The story tonight, the home run ball. And the Dodgers have hit 5 of them. Enriquez, too high, ball 4, and they're loaded.
A little more emphatic walk there by Andujar, just tossing the bat aside, trying to get something going for his Reds team. And there's something going right now.
And here is Sal Stewart. Right-hand hitter waits. And a knee-high strike is in there.
Right at the bottom.
You could hear Nick Marley say right at the bottom of the strike zone.
Just in case you were looking or wondering.
That's off the outside edge, and it's 1-1.
He's shown a lot of pop. 5 home runs, 55 at bats in his young career.
He's their top prospect. Huge power. The Reds used a compensation pick in the 2022 draft after they lost Nick Castellanos to the Phillies via free agency. And that's how they got this guy, who hits with the bases loaded and 1 out. The 2-1. Now, one thing with the Dodgers, they've got the power arms and they strike people out. As a unit, their entire pitching staff, they have the 3rd highest walk rate in all of baseball. Mark Pryor is aware. Enriquez thrown 10 pitches and only 3 strikes. 3-1. Here we go. Stewart waits. On the outside corner, and I mean just clipped the corner according to K-Zone. 3-2. Crowd starting to buzz. Enriquez is having trouble hearing PitchCom. Now he's ready. All loaded up, 1 out. And that is ball 4. He's walked in a run, and it's a 10-3 game.
A very calm at bat by Sal Stewart. I mean, this is where your heart races. First time in the big leagues this season, postseason. Dodgers, guys throwing 102 miles an hour, and he zoned them up really well. Didn't chase, didn't try to do too much. Took his pitches, took his walk.
They have Jack Dreyer in the bullpen. Folks, wear what the players are wearing on field during the postseason. Check out the largest selection of authentic caps, jerseys, hoodies, t-shirts, and more. Visit MLBshop.com for your favorite postseason team gear. So Spencer Steer now started the game at first, now in left, all loaded up. Here comes. And that's downstairs. So Enriquez continues to have trouble finding the zone. Wow. And I can't figure that in a game like this, Dave Roberts is very interested in having to use 3 pitchers in this inning.
Well, that would be a victory for the Reds for sure.
And that's in there for a strike.
A lot of head shaking going on here. It's like, what's happening?
The 2-1. Yeah, he is all over the place.
Well, this is where you just break out something else. I mean, the sinker command is not there. He's overthrowing it, yanking it down below the zone.
Steer fouls that one straight back. And now 3-2. The bases loaded, 1 out. The Reds have scored on a bases loaded walk. And the crowd urging on Edgardo Enriquez. Up the middle of the base hit. Marte's coming in. And Duhar will stop at third as the throw comes to the plate. And a great throw from Pages, who can really throw. Dave Roberts out of the dugout. And he makes the point to the pen. Jack Dreyer coming in. To make the change. I mean, this has been a good night for his team, but he's starting to slip a bit. It's 10-4, 1 out, and the bases loaded. And Dreyer, good numbers for him. 67 games, 2.95 the ERA, and a 24% K rate. First one to Elly De La Cruz is in the dirt, and that is ball 1.
He throws a slider, 4-seamer curveball. Slider is a primary. 46% of his pitches this season were of the slider.
And that one in there dots the inside corner. Dodgers pitching has been all over the place this inning. Dreyer misses down low. 43 pitches in the inning from Dodger hurlers, and there's still only 1 out. Bases loaded. And De La Cruz fouls it away. It's 2-2.
There has not been a lot of strikes in that mix, and that's been the problem. The Reds hitters have laid off. That one, De La Cruz helped out Dreyer, chasing a ball out of the zone.
2-2. Off the outside edge. And the fans a little frustrated. 3 walks in the inning. The Reds have scored twice. It's 10-4. 3-2. And that's ball 4, and they've walked in another run. And it's 10-5. If you're wondering, and Dave Roberts doesn't want to think about it, for reference, the largest comeback all time in a postseason game was in the 1929 World Series. The Philadelphia A's trailed 8-0 in a game and won 10-8.
Well, it just almost looks like it's contagious. That's how it's sort of having that impact. And they have this big lead. Vesia's in a game that's not high leverage, and they're trying to aim the ball, it seems, and they're just not hitting their location.
Here's a 1-0. That's outside.
They've thrown 48 pitches this inning at this point, and there's only 22 have been strikes. So just way out of the zone here, and they're doing the work for the Reds right now.
Swing and a miss from Stevenson. Tyler 1 out of 3 with an RBI double. Emmett Sheehan is up. And that is on the inside corner. (10-5). We're in the eighth. Dreyer back on top of the mound. Foul back. Well, they said it. They're like cockroaches. They can't kill us. That's what the Reds have been saying since early September. 2-2 now. Fouled off.
I mean, they are here for a reason, and most of the season they didn't have anything like big months where they won 18 games. Everything was very even. 15-11, 12-13, 14-12. They didn't do anything dramatic. They just were steady.
Too low. And now it's 3-2. Stewart is at third. Steer is at second. De La Cruz at first. They've already scored 3 times, including a pair of bases loaded walks. Dreyer ready. Here it comes. Popped up, and that one foul and back and out of play.
Well, Stevenson has almost an 11% walk rate. He has a good sense of the zone. He's going to swing and miss. He's going to strike out, but he does kind of have a good sense of ball and strike. And in this situation where the Dodgers are having so much trouble with command, that makes Stevenson an asset here.
3-2. And Stevenson fouls it off.
Take deep breath. He's taking it.
I'll tell you a sentence that I didn't think I was going to say. The tying run is on deck.
Yep.
Pitch number 10 of the at-bat coming to Stevenson. And he fouls off another. Wow.
The last couple he's helped out Dreyer a little bit. Those are out of the zone, but this is a power hitter that can drive that pitch, so you kind of want him free enough to say, all right, well, if he makes a mistake up, I'm going to make him pay for it.
5 2-strike fouls as Dave Roberts can barely watch. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that was ball 4. Huge strikeout for Dreyer. There's 2 away. And Ke'Bryan Hayes.
This is where the finishing pitch here, out of the zone, gets the chase. Stevenson had expanded up the 2 pitches before. Good job by Dreyer saying, all right, well, he's looking up, he's looking up. If I give him anything middle, he has a chance to chase it, and he did.
First one to Hayes. Pops foul. And nothing in 1.
Hayes has hit a lot of balls this year on the ground. Not a lot of power to his game.
Popped up right side. Freeman on the dirt, and Freddie has it. Hayes pops out. Reds leave him loaded. They score 3 times It's a 10-5 game as we go to the bottom of the 8th.
We're with Mike.
Well, Dodgers power on full display. Throwing some seeds. We celebrate. Teoscar raining down on Shohei and Edman, and then getting some in the face. Teoscar Hernandez, 2 homers. Shohei Ohtani, 2 homers. But it's gotten a little dicey in the later stages. Now 10-5. Graham Ashcraft will take over. And Mookie Betts stands in. And a slider misses upstairs. Mookie 1 for 3. Here's a 1-0. Yeah, that one through there for a strike.
Not a lot to Ashcraft in terms of it's a cutter and it's a slider. That is it.
Betts fouls it back.
And Ashcraft is their big ground ball pitcher. He comes in with a 58.5% ground ball rate, and you need that double play. This is the man you call.
Mookie hits it on the ground, but foul. Stewart goes between the legs. All right, Sal, I see you. The kick, the 1-2. Inside on the cutter at 98. For Mookie Betts here tonight, his 75th career postseason game. Serves that into center, and it'll fall for a hit. And for Mookie, his second hit of the night, on base for the 3rd time. Here comes Freddie Freeman now. Freeman, a fly out, a walk, a line out, and a double. And Ashcraft misses down low. Remember, Freddie was limited last postseason mainly due to that injured right ankle. There's also a rib issue, and he ended up having procedures on both. The 1-1.
Well, you know, the time he was with Atlanta, it was a culture of playing 162 games.
No
you know,
doubt.
We saw a lot of the players just want to post every day. It was so hard to get this guy out of the lineup. So it took that level of injury just to slow him down at all.
Line drive ripped out into right center field. Marte picks it up on a bounce. And Freeman with his second hit of the night.
Well, thus far in this small sample for Ashcraft is he's missing up in the zone, and we talked earlier about how he's a ground ball pitcher. At least that's where the outcomes have been this season. But those cutters, those sliders are elevated. And these Dodger hitters are getting under the ball and driving it, which is not ideal for his pitching style.
First one to Muncy in for a strike. 5 different Dodgers have multi-hit games here tonight. 9 Dodgers have at least 1 hit. As Muncy fouls it away. Talking about Max's ability to get on base. Remember that stretch? We had it last year in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
He reached base 12 straight plate appearances, 8 walks, 2 homers, and 2 singles. This is in the air, right side. An infield fly is called as McLean pulls it down for out number 1.
I asked Max Muncy about that discipline, that, like, where does this all come from? But he said a lot of his process, he sticks to his plan. He said, I'm very stubborn. He said, so you'll see me take a pitch right down the middle because I wasn't looking for it, but I don't get off my plan. And so he's very well prepared and, stays within a certain preparation that allows him to be stubborn and be on base.
Yep. 2 on, 1 out. Pitch to Hernandez. And Teoscar takes outside. The Dodgers started the game with 2 Hernandez in the lineup. Pique had to come out due to some tightness in his back.
Now, technically, there are 2 Hayes. There were. But they're
spelled differently.
Does that count?
Yeah.
Yeah, the spell. Right. There's 2 Hayes.
That's a good point. The Reds started the game with 2 Hayes down to 1.
Yeah.
The Hayes with the E.
Yeah.
Betts at second, Freeman at first. And Teoscar Hernandez lifts it to right. And that's out number 2. And Miguel Rojas now. Rojas, who came on defensively for Tommy Edman in the 6th. It is 1 for 1 with a single. Dodgers power on display early. Some sloppiness out of the Dodger pen, letting the Reds creep back into it a tiny bit.
I mean, they were in a pretty good spot. I mean, down 10-5, but they had bases loaded, 1 out. And they just couldn't get any more.
Pitch outside. I mean, look, in a best 2 out of 3, you're not really worried about using up pitching. But if you're Dave Roberts, he's probably not in a game of this score level particularly nuts about the idea of even getting Emmett Sheehan up. I mean, he's a guy, I think we all got the sense that Dave feels could really impact the game, taking down 6, 7, 8, 9 outs out of that bullpen. Inside, and did that hit him? Yes, it did. And Rojas will take his base, and they're loaded. Yeah, so he had to get Sheehan up briefly in this one, and I believe it's Trinan out there now. Yeah.
This ball might have scraped. Ooh, I mean, I don't know. They might be reviewing.
So they're going to challenge hit by pitch. As we take a look at the replay review, and it is powered by Zoom. And a peek back inside the replay review room in New York.
Well, that image of the lower right, great job of the camera crew. Just that shot, you didn't see really much going on when he tried to pull his hands in. They're showing it on the big screen now. And this one right here, like, does it get anything? I mean, it's going in. He's pulling his hands out. Doesn't look like it hit anything. Back to the clear and convincing standard, though. Oscar's like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, that look says it all right there.
Just imagine before replay, you could sell it and act like you broke your hand and end up at first base. Not anymore. The technology has caught up to you, fraudsters, if you thought about doing it back in the day.
I think it's a tough one to overturn. You're going to have to get clear and convincing evidence that
after review the call stand.
Yeah.
The batter was hit by the pitch. Cincinnati will have 1 challenge remaining.
Well, you know, if the home plate umpire heard something or just that's tough.
Yeah, it's Nick Marley. I mean, just looking at the replay, I don't think it hit him, but I can't. There's no evidence there that says it definitely didn't hit him. So they're loaded up with 2 outs, and Pages fouls 1 away. A pitching matchup for game 2. It'll be Zach Littell and Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Littell did good work coming over from Tampa Bay. Pitch upstairs and outside. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Pages 0 for 4.
Pages, he's been a good off-speed sort of breaking ball hitter. He hit the curveball really well this year. He's hit changeups well. Been able to stay back and drive the ball.
Inside. Had a brief glimpse there of Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who pitched so well for the Dodgers this year. He'll be on the hill tomorrow night. That's bounced towards third. Hayes. And they get the out at second. And we will head to the ninth. Last chance for the Reds. It is 10-5.
When this baby hit,
clearly different.
Dodgers 3 outs away from taking a 1-0 lead in this best 2 out of 3 wild card series. Blake Treinen takes over in a 10-5 game. And so the right-hander trying to finish things off. For more on Treinen, we send it downstairs in Alden Gonzalez.
Yeah, and Boog, it's obviously been a really trying year for Blake Treinen, but there are some of the Dodgers who believe he might be in a really good place going into the playoffs. About a week or so ago, they were able to get his arm slot back down to its normal level. They saw the stuff play up, and it culminated in a pretty dominant-looking outing in Seattle on Saturday in which he struck out the side. If he's right, and today will be a big indication, it could really change the dynamic of this Dodgers bullpen in October.
Yeah, Treinen, who was a go-to guy in their pen last year and in 2021. This year, 32 appearances, a 5.40 ERA. And again, he's got some wear on him at this point. 37 years old. Yeah, the sweeper missing outside.
Well, he was known for just incredible sinker, and the ground ball rates were through the roof. 65%, 66%. This year it's only 34.7%. So
yeah, it's weird.
Sinker is really flat. They're hitting it. And by the way, the batting average against that sinker is uncharted water for him. 379 with a 483 slugging percentage. So this has not played like it typically is in his career.
Swing and a miss from McLean. Yeah, and as it's gone on, his career, that is, you're talking about a guy that averaged a little over 97 with the fastball. This year it was 95.9. That's inside. It almost hit McLean.
Well, you wonder the adjustments, okay, if you're now, I'm a fly ball pitcher all of a sudden, what do you have to do? Try to figure out how to work the top of the zone effectively. Or just find a way to get that different slot to get the sinker back where you want it.
3-1. Swing and a miss. McLean's had a good night. Couple of hits in 3 at-bats. Three and 2, Treinen. Outside corner, and McClain is rung up.
Yeah, that was a nice, nasty sinker because he kind of yanked it outside, and look at it come back. Boom. So as a hitter, you see ball, 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 all the way through. Okay, that's outside. Oh, wait a minute. Came back. And that is a perfect pitch, because hitters give up on it, reading it early, and then by the time they try to pull the trigger, it's too late.
I will wear my hot dog costume and Dodger jersey and celebrate strikeouts. Yes, you will, sir. The 0-1. Friedl 0 for 3 with a walk, a strikeout, and a couple of groundouts for the leadoff man. Swing and a miss. TJ Friedl and the Reds down to their final 2 outs. Treinen kick steals. Blake Treinen has struck out the first 2, and now he'll face the former Dodger Gavin Lux, who will come up as a pinch hitter.
Well, that's when Treinen has that slider. I mean, it's like a frisbee, really sweeper. Very lateral move, 10 miles an hour slower than the sinker, and it played really well on that last pitch.
So 18 of the 20 wild card series, the game 1 winner goes on to win it. Yeah, the former Dodger takes a sweeper for a strike from Blake Treinen. Shohei Ohtani, a pair of homers here tonight. And the Dodgers' offensive firepower on full display. Brilliant effort from Blake Snell tonight. And meanwhile, for Hunter Green, the kid from Los Angeles, they got knocked around a bit in 3 innings. The 1-1. Inside corner. By the way, the Dodgers' 5 homers tie a team postseason record. Fans on their feet here at Dodger Stadium. 2 outs, bases clear. Center field, Dean coming on, sliding, and he can't make the catch. Now Justin Dean into the game and tried to make a spectacular catch for the final out of the game. It'll go as a single.
He ended up over diving this ball. He got there in time, and when he went full extension, he was too far beyond the ball. So watch out if it hits off the heel of his glove.
I think it hit off the heel of his hand.
I mean, so I don't know if he got a whole lot of glove on it, but he made the spectacular dive, but just misjudged it.
And Duhar takes outside the strike zone. Treinen ready and fires. In there at the knees. A couple of former teammates share a word, Lux and Rojas. On the ground to third. Muncy on the move, and that'll do it. The Dodgers take game 1. They had 5 homers, including 2 from Shohei Ohtani. 7 strong innings from Blake Snell, and Hot Dog Guy loves it.
Well, talk about the power game. Shohei Ohtani got the party started early on. The ability to have power and get a big lead and just hold it from there.